What's up, guys? Welcome to Gaming Trend Let's Plays. My name's Joe DeClara. I'm sure you know. This is streaming to my Facebook channel. And I'm here with my colleague, Mike Pierce. Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good. About you?
I'm doing great. We're playing Hearthstone, one of my favorite games, and about to be one of your favorite games, because it's a good game. I know that you're actually a World of Warcraft fan.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've played it, but yeah, I'm a huge, or was, I guess. Just I don't have anything against it, but I was a massive fan of it. Absolutely.
Sure, it's only a 10-year-old game, so there's nothing,
right.
No offense there, yeah. But this game is, the lore of this game is solely based off of Warcraft. It's called Hearthstone, subtitle Heroes of Warcraft, so you could guess. And you'll probably recognize, if you haven't already recognized a lot of the characters.
Yeah, I already do. I recognized a whole shitload of it already. It was pretty surprising that it came back as quickly as it did, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I went into this playing, having never played Warcraft. I played Warcraft 3 years ago, and minimally, so I didn't recognize anyone. But I've heard that for Warcraft fans, it does a lot of service to the fans. So
Right.
I'm hoping you'll like it. You also like strategy games, so this requires a lot of strategy at the beginning, at first, at least. So we're going to jump into it. You've already played the tutorials, so this is your first practice mode. We're playing against an AI character right now. And
Yeah, so I'm about as green as it gets with this. So
yeah. No, so that's what I'm here for, man. I'm gonna coach you through it. It's gonna be good. So,
I'm pumped.
yeah. So let's look at this. So you said that you didn't get this when you first played the tutorial.
Yeah, it didn't say anything about I forget what the term they just used was, but something about putting more expensive cards back into the deck. I don't ever remember the tutorial ever mentioning that.
Yeah, the suggestion is to send in the more expensive cards, because you can see in the top left you got your mana, and right now you're going to start with 1 mana first turn. So turn 1 you're not going to be able to play these polymorphs, these 4 mana, 2 mana cards. So you don't necessarily have to throw those back in. You want cards to be ready for the following up turns that are coming, but I would say for what you want to do here is get rid of the polymorph.
You're going second.
Okay,
so you
I think we're going. Did we start?
Wisely.
Yeah, I hit start. Yeah.
Oh no, we wanted to. Okay, so we wanted to send back the polymorph, but I think we'll be okay anyway.
You mean I had to do that then? Shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that was it. So yeah.
Well, here we go. New mistake already.
All right, no problem. We're gonna roll with the punches, Mike. It's fine. So right now. So hold on 1 second. I would say we're going to pass this turn. Don't do it just yet. I'll explain. Right now there's no minions on the board. There's nothing for you to attack right now. One thing you could do... Yeah.
One thing I could do is spend this coin thing right here. And then I would have 2 mana. And then I could buy the Novice Engineer.
That you could, and that's a viable choice. I would say just wait, just because you might want the coin for something else, maybe to get the Boulder Fist Ogre out a little earlier, or any number of things. It gets you in free mana, so you could get a card that you normally wouldn't be able to get out that turn a little earlier, and that works throughout the game. You obviously want to get it out to use the coin before turn 10 comes around, because turn 10 is where you cap. After that, every turn is 10 mana. So it's up to you. You could coin in the Novice Engineer and draw a card. Card draw is very important, or you could just pass the turn.
No, I'm gonna go with what you said and just pass the turn.
All right, so you're gonna click that and turn up.
What you want?
All right, so you're familiar with taunt.
Yeah, I have to kill that creature before I can attack him, basically.
That's right.
Before I can attack the caster.
Alright, so you have several options. One thing you could do, coin would be actually pretty good here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, from here on out, let you tell me what your thoughts are. So what are you looking at here? What are you thinking?
Well, with 2 mana, I mean, I could put down the Novice Engineer and get an extra card as well. Or I could just put down this River Crocolisk, and obviously I wouldn't be able to use him until next turn. But then I would be able to attack that creature and this River Crocolisk would survive next turn.
Yeah, that's true.
3 damage split among all enemies.
Yeah, so this is a great card, Arcane Missiles. So
That's what
you
you're thinking?
Yeah, what you can do with this is you could send that out along with drop the Novice Engineer. Now, what this will do is it'll split amongst these 2 targets you have. That's the hero with 30 health, and then the minion with 2 health. So you could very well kill the minion, and even if you don't, you have the Novice Engineer to take care of it later, provided he doesn't answer it something. So my move, I'm a little aggressive. My move would be Novice Engineer and then coin in the Arcane Missiles. You could just also hold on to your coin and do River Crocolisk. That's strong. That's a good answer to his 2/2. That's a 2/3. So the choice is yours, young Padawan.
Well, I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to stick with your advice for this turn, and then I'll start to get gradually more rebellious as we go on. Okay, so Arcane Missile. Here, let's put down the Novice.
You can Novice,
first,
yeah.
So I can draw the card in case that changes my decision. And I can put 2.
So here's the thing. You could put the 2 guy down, but he has 2 attack, 1 health.
Yeah, he'll die quick.
You know, right. So I would say just use the Arcane Missile, in my own humble opinion. Getting minions on the board is definitely a priority in many cases, but you can clear his board, and that's useful too. And there you go. So you could have, luck could have screwed you over there, and you could have just sent all those missiles to the hero's face. That's totally possible, but you lucked out.
Okay, so now I've got 3. Deal 1 damage. Another Arcane Explosion wouldn't be bad here. I think I'm just going to put 2 creatures down. I think I'm going to put the Murloc Raider and the River Crocolisk down in the attack with my Novice Engineer.
Yeah, that's the move, I think. The reason why I wouldn't put down the Arcane Explosion is because that does damage to multiple minions.
Right.
And there's only one minion on the board. Yeah, so that's not getting enough value. A big element of this game, we're going to go over a few pillar elements. One of the pillar elements of this game is value. Like getting value out of your... if you put down a 2-mana spell that only ends up dealing 1 damage, that's not a lot of value. Let's say he has 5 minions on board, then you do 5 damage.
Sure?
So that's really good value.
Job's done.
Right.
Alright, so you chose wisely, I think. Alright, so good work.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Sounds
so
like
welcome.
something straight out of an RPG. You chose wisely, sir.
Chose wisely, sir. There you go. Alright, so now you're looking at a taunt. He's really strong. You can't answer him with your minions and your hero power. So
I was gonna polymorph him.
I think that's a good move. I think that's the way to go for sure. You got the mana for it.
I love that. That never gets old. Even in Warcraft, that never got old. Turning guys into sheep.
All right, so right there you ended the turn, and that was a mistake. What you wanted to do is kill these guys.
Oh, right.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
should have attacked, huh? My
Always
bad.
question before you. Oh, don't be sorry, but you never. Always question if it's time to end turn, especially when you're a novice and you're starting out. Like, what you can do now is the same things, except what you should do. Well, I won't tell you what you should do, but I have an idea for you. What are you thinking though? Right?
Let's see here. Well, I definitely want to drop my Arcane Explosion because I could knock out 3 of his minions right away with that.
Yeah, that's the move. That's getting good value for your card. And then even if you chose to, you do 1 damage to all the minions. So the critter all the way to the left on his board has 4 health. It'll be brought down to 3. You can answer that with your 2 monsters.
Right.
So you could clear his board, potentially, if you chose to do so. You could also use your hero power and then keep your novice engineer.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm not sure
Or
what I want to do there. I think, I kind of feel like Yeah, I could clear.
I would
more,
say,
couldn't I?
yeah. I would say always. Okay, so another thing you could do is just attack his base, which is a
That's
good
what I
move,
was
too.
thinking. It was just doing that with everything, just getting some hits on him. I'd get 4 damage total if I did both creatures and my hero power.
Okay, I'd say do that then if that's your instinct.
That's my instinct.
Sure.
Let's go for
That's
the
called
balls.
aggro. I'm sure you've heard of that before.
I absolutely have.
Excellent. All right.
Although
So he's got a
aggro
strong
seems to
critter
have
up
taken
there.
on a new meaning when I first learned about aggro when I was playing Warcraft. Aggro meant like you had done damage to someone in an effort to pull them away from a group, or like you'd pulled aggro from someone, meaning like you'd done enough damage that you'd pissed off a particular creature and you'd pull them away from a group. And it was an intentional thing usually because you were trying to get people away, or sometimes you would do it on accident and you would pull aggro, and you know the aggro should have been on the tank, but because you're a mage and you're doing more damage, you aggroed the creature onto yourself.
So I think the translation here is aggroing the hero.
Aggressive,
But I
right.
always took aggro to be synonymous with aggressive.
Right, I think
so yeah,
that's what it's changed into, is that aggro just means aggressive now.
Right. All right. So what is your plan of action here?
Well, I got 6 mana, so I've got some more options. Let's see here. I definitely would like to get that ogre off the board, because not only is he strong, but he does a lot of damage. So I was thinking I might polymorph him, and then maybe just use my special power to finish him off.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. You just get rid of the monster. You have 2 monsters later that you can just drop. Well, you have 3 actually. And yeah, just clearing his board is always a good move. So I think you got the right instinct there.
And then still do that, so we'll do that. Perfect.
Okay, so you got the gist of this game. You just got sure, everyone does the same thing where like they end turn too early. I literally did that a couple of games ago and cursed myself for it. Lost an important match. Because if matches are ever important, which they aren't, but
Of course they are.
Alright, let's see. Always. So you got another Boulder Fist Ogre. And that's a little bit of a problem right now. What you
I noticed that.
could do is try. Here's the thing. I don't know what's in this deck. That's a big problem. Like, you need to know your deck. Let's say there was a spell that does damage. It's called a removal spell, or a damage spell, and you knew it was in your deck. You could roll the dice and drop that card, Arcane Intellect, and hope that you get that card. Yeah, so that like one specific card in the mage class can deal 3 damage to a selected minion, also freeze it. So you would do that to the Boulder Fist, but I don't know if your deck actually has it. Dealing 3 damage, it's not particularly useful here, but getting a 4/4 is good. I'm not sure here. I would say probably getting the Snapjaw possibly out there just to have a minion, and then killing the Murloc here, this little gremlin-looking creature here. Or you could just drop the Boulder Fist. I would say I'd leave it to you in your better judgment.
So what I was thinking I would drop the Nightblade down, and attack with my minion, attack the caster or character, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And then use my special power on the character as well. Just keep going for hits.
Okay, you can do that. I would use hero power. I would ping the Murloc Raider, but that would work as well. That's aggressive. I think since you have the Boulder Fist and the Murloc, he poses a serious threat with his board right now.
That's
so
true.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
It's your choice, young Padawan. We're getting real lame here, calling you Padawan, young sir.
They'll
Good
never
sir.
know what.
Let's see here.
You can't see what I highlight, do you? Like, do you see me highlighting the Boulder Fist?
No.
Okay. That would be outrageously useful in this. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Very
Charge.
good.
Attack. Oh wow.
Well, he's
Surprised
going
you
right
did
to
that.
face. No, he's gonna, yeah. So the AI can be really problematic. They've updated the AI since launch. It used to just always attack minions, and it was just very silly and unrealistic. So you were never prepared for playing real people.
Let's see here. Well, I need to get some high damage creatures out. I could put out 2 minions. I could put out the Crocolisk and the Snapjaw.
I'll tell you
And
something.
take out-
You could do that, absolutely. I think what I was thinking is much riskier and probably not the right choice. But you could always Arcane Intellect and hope that you get an Arcane Blast, which was that spell you used earlier that
Right.
deals 1
Yeah, I
damage.
know, that would be nice.
That would be
really
very
nice
sweet right now,
about
yeah.
that.
So this is called RNG, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and that is,
Mhm.
randomized number generator. Depend a lot on that in Hearthstone. There's a lot of just praying to the gods and hoping that they.
That's how it is
favor
with
you.
any card game, though. I mean, this feels
Exactly.
a lot like Magic back in the day when I used to play Magic.
Yeah. This is hand over fist Magic. If you know Magic, then you know this game, and it'll be very easy for you to understand. I never played Magic, so I was like, it was a nightmare learning this game because I thought like I didn't want my minions to ever die. Just very silly concepts that came to novice to the collectible card game.
I think I'm gonna go this route.
Drop all the monsters.
What does he got? Summon a Murloc Scout.
Yeah.
Summon...
I would say definitely trade for some of those minions. Yeah.
Get that guy out of the way because he does the most damage. And I've got 2 left, so I'll get rid of this guy because he does the most damage. And we'll take the hits, or
Yeah.
hopefully he'll attack my minions.
Alright, that guy's kind of a beast in startup games. God, I never see him anymore. That's crazy. This game has changed so much. Alright, you got Fireball. This is one of the best cards in the game, for sure.
Yeah, 6 damage.
4 mana, 6 damage. Very high value. You can pick your target. Very useful. So, right now, I know what I want to do, but I want to hear, of course, what you want to do.
Well, I was actually thinking that there's no... I mean, I bet you're thinking that I need to use the Fireball probably on that guy on the left.
So I can see your highlighted cursor.
Oh, sorry, the Gurubashi Berserker.
No, I can see it, so I knew. So that works.
Okay. Whenever this minion takes damage... So he gains 3 attack? So
That's right,
he'd
yeah.
go
If he
he'd
takes
go to
damage,
5?
he gains 3, yeah.
Okay. So basically, when you attack this dude, you want to kill him in 1 turn.
That's the hope. Yeah, that's ideal.
So, and I could do that right now with the Fireball and my special power, but that would be kind of wasting the Fireball. I feel like. I feel like I still have enough life that I can absorb a few more hits. So what I was thinking is dropping Arcane Intellect, seeing which cards I get, and if there's nothing good, I'll drop down the Boulder Fist Ogre, and then I'm probably gonna take out his Murloc with one of my minions, and then maybe attack him with another minion. I'm not sure.
So I would say wasting the fireball is not necessarily what you'd be doing if you used it against this guy, because this guy could end up causing you some serious issues. I would say right now you've been basically on the response side of this match, which is why you haven't gotten these Boulder Fist Ogres out yet. But once he now has only 2 cards in his hand, so he's going to start running out of options unless he runs into some card draw, like he has some cards that can draw for him. So he's going to not be able to push the offensive for much longer. So if you just keep clearing his board, you should be pretty okay. So I would say your move is to kill off the Berserker with Fireball and maybe a ping, or a Fireball and use a minion. Maybe, I would say maybe Oasis Snapjaw into Berserker. That way he only takes 2 damage, your Snapjaw. Then you Fireball him, get rid of him. You can then use River Crocolisk to kill off Boulder Fist, then ping Boulder Fist Ogre. Then you have yourself a pretty dominant bull. 4 cards in hand. 3 cards in hand, that would, sorry.
Okay, so Fireball on the Berserker, right?
Yeah, that's my move.
Okay.
There he goes.
And then you're thinking...
Oh, Nightmare. No, sorry. What I was thinking was Snapjaw first, so that you didn't take all 5 of that damage. You can still do it, though. He'll only take 5, and he'll have 2 damage left. He'll have 2 health left.
I see. I see
right,
what
yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. High level play.
I was thinking of using my hero power on it.
You can do that, and then, but here's the thing. Then, to get rid of the Boulder Fist Ogre, you'd need to use 2 minions. That would leave him with 2 health. That's the Snapjaw, sorry. The Snapjaw would be left with 2.
Oh, I see.
With 1 health instead of 2. So...
Okay.
Yeah, so you River Crocolisk, the Ogre, and then you Snapjaw into Berserker. And now you're left with 3 mana that you can just draw that Arcane Intellect, so I say you drop that. You're sitting pretty here. It's not the most ideal, because you could have saved some health for the Snapjaw, but you're pretty set right now. You have some monsters in hand.
Charge forward!
The doing things out of order, frustration, like instead of doing it, instead of Snapjaw into Berserker first, you did Fireball, then Snapjaw, and you lost some health. That is something that will happen to you for the rest of your Hearthstone career. Like it just constantly, I make the same stupid mistakes. And thankfully you have a nice little feature where you can right-click your hero, and you can send out little emotes. And oops is my favorite one because I'm always making mistakes. There you go. There it is. So this guy's very useful, raid leader for when you have a bunch of minions, or if you need to kill something, like say that 2/3, you could kill him by using raid leader. You could get your Boulder Fist Ogre out finally, or your Nightblade. You have a lot of options. You have a few options here, and all of them are pretty good. Right now, you have the upper hand.
Yeah. What does this guy do? Oh, minions have +1 attack. Oh, your charge minions have +1 attack. Okay. So, I was thinking I'd take out the Murloc with my Snapjaw. And then I would drop the Ogre. And then just Fireball the caster. Because I'm pretty far behind on life, and that would even it up completely.
Yeah. Well, sorry. You'll have to explain it to me again. Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Bam. That's a fine move. you're in the lead hard right now. So I mean, you are lower on health, but that doesn't really matter right now because you're kicking butt. You have 3 cards. He has only 1 card, and your turn is up. So
why did my fireball not do any damage to him?
it did. Here, you can go to the left side on the left panel here. You see all those icons? That's a record of the most recent
It only
moves.
shows him at
And the fireball did 6 damage.
It still shows him at 19 on my screen, though. Oh, man.
He's at 19. Well, I think he must have not been at 19. Oh, he had, what's it called?
Oh, he had armor.
He had a lot of armor, yeah. So he got rid of all that armor, which is good. So he basically didn't have 19 health. He had a lot more. Alright, so you're a little further behind than I thought, because I forgot about the armor there. I don't know how I didn't even look at it. That's insane. So you want to just clear his board, right?
Right, so what I'm thinking, I'm going to use my Boulder Fist Ogre to take out this minion, or this Warsong Commander.
Yeah.
Actually,
Then I would say you just full-on drop Oasis, Snapjaw, and Boulder Fist Ogre, and just get yourself a board. And then you can drop the Raid Leader later, as well as the Nightblade, and you can just finish this game almost. So yeah, I think you got the right of it.
I'm just trying to do the math here in my head. I'm trying to, maybe I don't know, maybe I should...
You could Raid Leader, drop the Raid Leader right now if you wanted to, and then use the Snapjaw to kill this guy, the Warsong Commander.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, and then I could chuck Nightblade in.
You could.
That would,
you could chuck Nightblade or Boulder Fist Ogre. I'd say Boulder Fist just because then he's ready next turn. Yeah?
Yeah, but overall...
Yeah, so I'm saying you, kill him with your guy, yeah. Now you have 7 mana, so you could put whoever you want out, but I mean, Boulder Fist Ogre, you could just have 7 attack or 6 attack by next turn.
That's true.
And then you attack base. Yeah, you're looking good right now. We gotta see what he has in hand, though. I'm trying to remember what these decks entail, especially his... here you go. Okay, so that's no problem. How much is this? This is a 6 mana. Okay, and he armored up.
Well, so I gotta take out this taunt guy.
Yeah?
Me smash.
You're pretty much just dropping minions at this point. I would say just, your Nightblade and your Snapjaw.
Has to go down for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, this has to go probably.
Yeah. And then you just gotta... You're looking good. This match is over.
Job's done.
That's all I can attack.
That minion, give that minion a turn to get ready.
Yeah. When the enemy turn or end turn button turns green, that means you have no further options. So like the turn is definitely over.
Oh yeah, well he's screwed.
Okay,
now.
so you win.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's game over. All right. And there you have it. Enjoy your warrior class. Alright, so I'm gonna try and be more reserved. Oh, this looks okay. Polymorph, yeah, I would say get rid of, but you're good on this.
I forgot about that already.
Yeah, we definitely gotta talk mulligan strategy. We gotta talk your drawing first hand strategy. Figure out what to do there.
So, okay. Oh man, I should have just dropped the arcane missile.
No, I believe you did the right move. Unless you want to be, it's like, unrealistic. Well, unreasonably aggressive, then maybe you drop the arcane missiles. I think right now you got it because the arcane missile has a lot of potential to hit minions, and I think you did just fine passing the turn.
Okay.
Although, did you have this guy, the Murloc, first turn?
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta drop that guy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna
right
put the
now,
raptor
though,
down now.
I think that's the move.
Job's done.
God, this is just making me want to play Warcraft again.
How many of these characters are Warcraft canon?
Pretty much all of them that I can remember, at least. I mean, just looking at my my thing right now, the Wolf Rider for sure. That's a very Warcraft thing. Polymorph is definitely a mage spell to do exactly what it does here, turn someone into a sheep. And the Murloc Raiders, I fought hundreds of those little bastards, and they even sound the same. That weird little when you summon them, exactly the same noise. Yep. Arcane Missiles is a mage spell. I mean, it's as far as I can remember, and I think this here was the Night Elf character for the Rogue, I believe.
Wow.
So yeah.
So across the board, they got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, same company. So I'm thinking I'm gonna chuck the Wolf Rider down here, and I'll get some good solid damage on him. I'll get 6 damage on him this turn.
Sure, that's a move.
By doing that.
In online play, one would do that, or one might consider possibly holding the Wolf Rider for when there's a monster on the board to get the drop on a character. But since this is AI, you can be pretty sure that you don't need to trick them that much. That you can just attack base normally. So yeah. So he's got no board, so I think the move is to just keep filling your board with monsters.
Yeah.
Taste my steel! Taste my steel!
Job's done.
Now I'm trying to think of what spells he might have. He could have something that can clear them. He's not gonna give you that right now, but he could have something since you have only one health across the board.
Right.
So he could clear this easily if he has the right card. I don't know what the deck has. Anyway, you okay, so you have a couple options here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So I could polymorph him, but I'm not sure if that's worth it right now.
Sure.
Let's see here. I could chuck my Nightblade down and just get 3 more damage plus 6. Wow, it'd be 3, 6, 9, 11 more damage on top of him this turn, which is pretty significant.
Yeah. I think right now your goal is to unlock as many class characters as possible, so I think you got it there.
Well, the other thing I was thinking is that I could just try to clear his board right now. I could drop the arcane missiles, see how it lands.
Yeah.
And then either use my special power or 1 or 2 of my minions to finish off this guy, and then just attack with whatever I've got left.
Yeah.
But I like my Nightblade move a little bit more. Just keep going for straight damage.
They'll never know.
You are getting the gist of Hearthstone, the gambles that you can take. But yeah, just the straight up attack phase always sounds good to me. Especially with Warlock, his hero power. If you look up here, life tab, he can draw a card and take 2 damage. So he can sacrifice 2 of his health to draw an extra card on a turn. But he is totally screwed, so you got this in the bag.
Alright, so I've got 6 mana.
Well, you have what's it called? You have lethal right now. You can just attack face. No, you could just attack face and you're done. I mean, you can drop it.
Right,
you can do some fireworks if you want. You know, show it off a bit, but you got it. All right.
See, that's why you just go for the face.